Well, I don't know that I've been surprised by too many people outside of the Heat at Arizona State. He came in as a freshman, and he had a lot of expectations on himself, and he had expectations coming from the crowd, from critics, from everybody.
Yeah.
And I think he's exceeded those. He's exceeded those to the point where now, not only are you talking about him being a lock for all freshman team, but possible player of the year in the conference.
Wow.
That pretty much sums up. Yeah, that sums up his performances and what he's done. He's averaging like 12 points or so, right around that area, in the second half of games.
All right.
So I mean, he's one of those like real stars that when the moment gets bigger, he plays bigger. And then outside of him, I'm not really surprised, but it's one of those things that could have gone either way. Is the freshman at UCLA,
right?
Jordan Adams, Bob Muhammad, and those two have been leading the charge with that freshman class. They had a lot of high expectations placed on them, but I think they've answered the bell with it, and they're producing. They're producing in a big way to a point where UCLA is a contender to win the conference.
Yeah.
So outside of that, I don't know that I've had too many surprises. You'd expect the guys who have performed big in other places to do so.
Yeah.
And either they have or they haven't. So maybe we talk about a surprise on people not performing up to the standard that has been set for them.
Right. Are there players that are just maybe just under the radar, but they've been playing really well that you've recognized?
Mike Ladd from Washington State's been playing really big this conference season. He's a transfer from Fresno State. He played at Washington State last year, but was kind of getting himself going a little bit, trying to understand the system. This year, he's playing the point guard position, which is new for him. He's more of a combo shooting guard.
Right.
And he averaged about 10 points in the non-conference season. Then in conference play, he's averaging closer to like 16, 17 points per game. And he's had some really big outings. He's been a welcome surprise for Washington State. Outside of him, I think what Eric Moreland is doing at Oregon State has been huge.
Right.
He's turned into an Andre Robertson from Colorado type of player where he's getting double-doubles consistently with the points and rebounds.
Yeah.
And last season, he was someone that you always talked about, like, if he goes into his potential, he can be this, he can be that. And now you're seeing it because he's growing into it. So he was one of those somewhat under the radar, maybe underrated guys that's coming to his own this season.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't. Carrick Felix, got to say that, from Arizona State. He's having a huge season, and he was kind of an under the radar person coming in, just because Jaheed Carson was getting all the attention, and rightfully so. You see what Jaheed Carson is doing, but I think Felix has outperformed his preseason expectations.
Right. Who do you think is going to be the player to stand out in the Pac-12 tournament?
I made a comment, it was actually on Twitter about 2 or 3 days ago, and I said that all the parity in the conference, and even college hoops nationally, it's making it tough for the analysts to do a good job predicting accurately.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to expect. You really don't know. You think one team is going to win a certain game. You think Arizona's going to beat California at home yesterday, but California comes out with the win. And, Alan Crabb had a huge game for them in that win. So you expect Alan Crabb to consistently have good games, but there's been games where he's really struggled.
Yeah.
So if I just had to guess someone, let me give you 3 candidates. I think around Pac-12 turning time, Oregon State will probably be making some type of a run. They're losing a lot of games right now.
Yeah.
They very well might lose a lot of games up until the conference tournament comes, but I think similar to last season, they'll get a way to find a winner, possibly more, in the conference tournament. And I think Ahmad Starks will be hot. I mean, I think he'll have a game or two where he has 6+ 3-point shots. I just think he's going to leave it all out on the line. You look at down at Oregon. I look at E.J. Singler, who will be a senior, and who wants to win. And I think when he gets to that Pac-12 tournament, there's going to be a higher sense of urgency. And who knows, at that point, the Ducks might need a tournament win in order to secure their spot in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
So I guess DJ Singh stepping it up. And along with that, I go to Arizona. Mark Lyons in the same position. He's a senior, and he's going to feel the same way, where he wants to win a national championship, and this is his last chance to do it. So I can see him really stepping up, and he has a tendency to take over games and big situations. So I can see having a good Pac-12 tournament.